Hello, hello. Nanipata? I can't hear you. Probably my mute.
I'm saying we are live already. Let's
Oh,
wait for some few people to join and then we start.
all right. I'm just quickly joining in on the Google Meet. I'm not sure how long Google Meet allows, but
Yes,
probably
you're not sure?
Google Meet. Google
Yes,
Meet,
yes.
how long does it normally? Is it the same? 50 minutes?
It is the same.
Not
It
too
is the
sure.
same.
Okay. That's perfect. Hmm.
All right. It is actually 5. I think we should start. Um,
Yeah, let me just allow me to. Yeah, once we are live, I need to also share on my page.
yeah, you can do that.
Mm.
Mr. Kiprono, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, just a moment. Okay, thank you so much. I've seen there's many people when you want to join, and I know they are ready with a lot of questions. Um, we have done this before, and this is another time we want to redo it. Last time we had a challenge with the link, and we are hoping that today hatutakuwa na hiyo shida. So the main call for this show is only to give people the information. It is all about the information. I've seen many people wamejoin. Joshua haezi chelewa huyu jamaa. Thank you so much. Joshua anasema kasi safi. Monino Niot, Free Boy. I've seen many people wamejoin. So it is a good platform. Make sure that you ask a lot of questions because I think that is what makes it um, it will make it important because after asking the questions, I know many people are going to benefit from the same. Kiprono, maybe you can do a brief introduction, just introduction, and then from there we can continue.
Yeah, congrats sana Nick. Like you said, anege gureno Kiprono Cheriot. Ami emo tap Australia. Korenyo abno kore tap Elgeyo Marakwet, and ane one of the I'm one of the beneficiaries who are skilled migration. We are a few Kenyans who benefited from this, and we've been touching base and sharing a lot of information either, but we I myself I've made it like ku dedicate 2024 kuweza kushare a lot of information and a lot of touch base. I'll create more time for us our people Kenyans tuweze ku benefit from this because it's only a process nye kila mtu anaweza fuata, kila mtu anaweza fanya na tunaweza benefit from all this and kuweza kuapply kama wewe ni mwalimu, kama wewe ni skilled person, tukuje huku pande. Na upande wa Australia maisha ndiyo iko na challenges pale na pale, lakini it's one of the best, it's a first world country, ni inakupea opportunities na of course a lot of time ya kuweza recoup na kuweza kufanya mambo mawili matatu kwa maisha yako. So welcome to the podcast, and I just want to take this opportunity kushukuru Bwana Nick kwa kutake time na kuona kama tunaweza rudia. We initially had this session last week, but haikuenda through the best way because of some issues here and there. But today is a good day, and let's do it. So welcome to the call. It's 5 p.m. Kenyan time, and it's 1 a.m. Australian time, east coast of Australia. So we've made it purposely for this one, so that tuweze share this one or two information. So thanks, Nick. Yes, this is a very good question, and this is where now we come in, and we really ningependa sana kushare hii na kuweza ku make sure that we really understand what a skilled person means. A skilled person ni a person mwenye ako trained, amequalify, amegraduate. Let's say for example, wewe kama Mkenya ama sisi kama Wakenya tumeweza kwenda university ama technical school, umefanya umecomplete your course and umeweza kuwa graduate, ukapata ile certificate, diploma ama degree kulingana na your occupation. Na ukigraduate upate hiyo diploma, degree ama certificate, umeregister kwa body ni responsible for your occupation. For example, kama ni mwalimu umeregister na TSC, kama ni technical trainer umeregister na TVETA ama Technical and Vocational Training Authority, kama ni engineer umeregister na Kenya inaitwa ERB, Engineers Registration Board, kama ni technician umeregister na ile Kenya Technicians Registration Board, kama ni electrician umeregister na ERC ama siku hizi nafikiri inaitwa EPRA. Kama wewe uko kwa field yako na umekuwa registered, unless your field is not aina body ya registration, but most occupations ziko registered. So yes, I'm not sure kama kuna mtu anasema hakuna sound, so sijui kama ni tuko loud and clear. Mhm. Perfect. So a skilled person ni ule mtu mwenye ameweza kuhitimu akagraduate na akakuwa registered kwa body na at least akona some years of experience, at least a year of experience. Na nitaweza kushare on one occupation tuseme who is a skilled person na
Kiprono,
how
maybe
do
with the sound, I think there is a problem. Um, nimeona watu hawasikii sauti yangu bwana, and I think it is the most important one. Sijui kama mmenisikia, if kama mnasikia, say something hapo comment section.
Moni Noniot anasema tuko very clear. Liz Kate anasema we are not clear.
Sawa sasa. So I think it is now okay. The question was, we wanted to know, like when we say skilled person, like what do we mean? We wanted to actually, I wanted Kiprono to explain so that we can know like who qualifies for these positions. So
Yeah,
maybe
like
Kiprono, if you can repeat, it will be nice.
to repeat again, who is a skilled person according to Australian standards, according to local standards here for Australia, ni somebody who was trained overseas na mtu in your country of origin. Let's say for example, sasa hapa sisi wa Kenya, tunatoka Kenya, if they consider you a skilled person kama umeweza kuhitimu, umeenda after your A levels, O levels, form for umeenda to a specialized training, for example, umeenda university, umeenda college, umeenda technical school, umehitimu, umegraduate, umepata your degree, umepata your diploma, umepata your certificate kulingana na their requirements. Kwa kila requirement, kwa kila occupation iko na requirement yake. For example, kama saizi tukiongea mambo kama ya walimu Australia wana consider kama uko skilled person kama uko na degree, tuseme umesomea Moi University pale Eldoret, umefanya degree, umepata bachelor's degree na ukakuwa registered na TSC na ukafanya at least 1 year experience, which nitashare saizi shortly what are the criteria yenye wanakuangalia wewe kama uko a skilled, kama wewe mwalimu au skilled, I mean like who a skilled person is. So a skilled person according to Australian standards ni mtu mwenye amefanya coursework, amemaliza university or degree diploma kulingana na occupation yako, and at the same time umekuwa registered na your occupation. Kama ni walimu ni TSC, kama ni technical trainer wewe unaenda mambo ya TVETA, kama ni mambo ya technicians, electrical technicians uko registered na Kenya Technicians Registration KETREB, ama kama ni engineer ni ERB, Engineers Registration Board. Kama wewe ni supplies management specialist uko kwa bodi yenu. Kama wewe ni accountant uko kwa IC Park na the rest of those bodies nye zina cover your occupational body. Hapa Australia, the law states that occupation ama registration body where you are registered to as a person who practices on that occupation gives you mandate ya kuweza ku practice as a skilled person, as a specialist in that area. So it calls for ama kuna highly hapa mambo iko highly regulated through your body of registration, and that's why they consider much a lot of you being a skilled person and also being registered. So we in our experiences hapa Australia ni kwamba everything goes through your registration body or your licensing body. For example, kama mimi ni electrician ama electrical technician, mambo mingi ama all the practicing involves around my license and ile body yenye imeni license kuweza kupractice as an electrician or electrical technician kuweza kuoffer services, and all the safety and insurances are all paid on that one. So that's why wanaweka emphasis kwa mambo sana ya who is a skilled person and how are you skilled and what regulations are there regarding that or surrounding your environment, your registration. For example, kama ni mwalimu wa primary school, inakupatia how you conduct yourself around kids, around watoto wa hiyo category, na what entails you being a teacher in that category, kama ni primary school teacher, na other things involving your protection, you being a person mwenye na handle kids and children. So all this environment inakuwa handled na your body of registration, and that's why it's very important to understand who is a skilled person and how does Australia categorize skilled people as skilled people, and how these skilled people can scale or can start the process from being or whatever the country they are in. For example, saizi tunaongea mambo ya Kenya kuja Australia, how you as a person, wewe kama skilled person, you can leverage the opportunity that we have now, utoke Kenya ukuja hapa Australia kama a skilled person. So basically, in summary, that's what a skilled person is all about. And we'll go share a lot on that one. So back to you, Nick.
Yes, Kiprono. So I think kila mtu ameelewa the skilled person, like when we say skilled person. Now in this category, skilled priority list, like who are we talking about? Like now, like let's say if I had a question, someone asked me a question today, akaniambia nilifanya something dealing with agriculture. Can I qualify for this skilled visa? So I think it will be nice for you also to give us the list of those people who qualify for this skilled visa.
Yes, thank you. Kuna mtu ako online kwa ile platform ya pili, that's Google Meet. Ungeza kama unaweza mute so that I can be able to
so I think all right.
Yeah, so first of all, huyo mtu wa umesema agricultural, probably ni agricultural scientist ama agricultural technician ama engineer ama consultant. So in today, wacha ni share my screen if you will allow me to.
It's okay.
So just yeah. So kwa hiyo list, kama unaweza, kama that list is visible or your screen iko visible, let me know so that I can continue.
It's visible. It's okay.
Yes, so for example, hapa group document inaitwa F 2019 C00855, but watu wenye wanataka kufanya mambo ya kutafuta online, inaitwa, ukienda kwa kitu inaitwa migration skilled migration instrument 2019. This is the list document ile iko na list ya all skilled persons wenye they are needed in Australia today for the next couple of years. Then another document comes in. So watu wenye tumekuwa pamoja pale Eldoret na all the session yetu tulikuwa nazo over December and early January, niliwapeana hii document inaitwa LIN 19051. So hii document iko na all the list ya all occupations yenye inahitajika kwa skilled visa to Australia for the next couple of years. So kwa huyo mtu mwenye ni agricultural specialist, kuna four occupations under agricultural framework yenye unaweza apply. Kuna hii agricultural scientist, kuna agricultural technician, kuna agricultural engineer na consultant, na kuna agricultural scientist, basically agricultural technician, agricultural consultant na engineer. So all of these are kuna bodies tofauti. So kwa hii document tukiweza kuangalia, on this column iko na name ya occupation, the next column iko na code, na the last column on the right hand side iko na assessing body. So for kama wewe uko kwa hii field ya culture, I want you to go to your profession, angalia kwa hizi codes which more suits your situation. Angalia kama sasa, for example, kama hii group ya 50 ni vet assess, ndio your assessing body. So for example, if you're an agricultural consultant, what you need to do is chukua your code, enda kwa Google, go and see what this
Maybe Kiprono, we will share that list later on the comment section. What we can do actually, if possible, we can only list the people who qualify, like nurses, teachers, if that is okay.
Yeah, for sure. So so for that person anaweza enda kwa hii document angalie exactly kwa occupation hii, where do you go to? Do you go to Engineers Australia? Do you go to Vet Assess? Do you go to TRA ama what have you? So just go in there na uweze kutafuta information. Like I told you, Nick, I want to share something on teachers, because teachers have been really reaching out to me. Now, a lot of things they've been asking a lot of questions, and I just want to make it clear how easy is it for teachers to do this thing. And for your document, the same document, let me reshare again, and then just take a 2 minutes only ya kuweza kuexplain how teachers can go about it. So
walimu, hii time yenu, so make sure that mumefuata vizuri.
So tuko na hapa group karibu about 9 categories ya teachers. I'm not sure kama imekuja, Nick.
Imekuja.
Yeah, so tuko na hii. So let's say for example, we need to talk about secondary school teacher, which is number 76, or the same list that I was talking about. So the code is 241411. This code inamaanisha normally hapa Australia wanakupatia occupation, and then kuna code yenye correspond to that occupation, and then there is assessing body. So the assessing body ni ISTL. So nikienda hiyo, unaenda Google, unaangalia kwa Google what ISTL is all about, but ukienda pale inakupatia there you go. So hapa, this is the body, ISTL, Australian Institute for Teachers and Schools Leadership. So na ukienda kwa hii section ya migrate, inakuambia mambo ya skills assessment, na ukiteremka hapa chini inakupatia all the list ya teachers. So kuna hapa secondary school teacher, which is 241411. So what do you need to know from here? So you'll just click there, and it gives you a PDF document of what the requirements are. And then the requirements iko tu hapo, inakwambia the study must include an initial teacher education qualification comparable to education level for Australian bachelor's degree. So anyone mwenye ni mwalimu lazima uko na bachelor's degree, because it's just rules on a specified. So the assessing body has said lazima ukwe na degree, and that's it. So hii document nye nimeonyesha hapo before, it just clearly says, na ukienda pale kwa body ya assessing inakuonyesha tu directly like what do you need, and then unaona inakwambia you should have at least, which includes 1 year full-time or part-time equivalent education level of study as a secondary school teacher, initial teacher training education, at least complete 45 days of supervised teacher training. Hii ni at least 45 days, but for safety tunaambianga mtu 1 year experience. 1 year experience, it doesn't go away. it gives you all whatever you request. So ukifanya hii bachelor's degree and you do it for a year, because mambo ya 45 days of actual study. So Nick, ukienda kufunza kwa class, wana consider how many days did you go there, how many 8-hour days. So unaweza kuwa ulienda shule ukafunza only 4 hours or 3 hours or 5 hours.
Mhm.
So that's why we say 1 year. So kwa 1 year kuna, kwa sababu Kenya tunafunza 3 months, tuna break 1 month, tunaenda another term ya 3 months hiyo, na kwa hiyo 3 months tunafunza only 5 days in a month, and then kwa hiyo 5 days in a month, sorry, 5 days in a week, 4 weeks, and then three months. So just to be safe, 1 year is
One year
perfect.
experience.
Yeah, 1 year is perfect, and everybody mwenye anafanya na 1 year inaenda sawa. And then kuna other qualifications that we need, and then English requirements. Sasa unaona criterion 1 ni first ni your qualifications, alafu criterion number 2 ni English language proficiency. If kama wewe unatoka New Zealand, England ama Ireland Republic, Canada, Australia, you don't need to do English. But if you don't, you are supposed to get an English test where Nick now comes in. Nick will train you on this one. Nick will make you, or wewe mwenyewe unafaa score at least 8 for both speaking and listening as a teacher, but the rest can be 7. So English language speaking and listening should be 8, because you'll be teaching Australian kids, and then Australian kids normally they talk in English. So lazima ukuwe unaweza converse in English. So this is the second criterion, and then the rest of the document ni all about uh, what notes and what of you need to do. So occupations kama hizi, they need just you to have a bachelor's degree na English requirements. The same with nurses. Nurses, they're telling you, please have that English 8, or I think 8 also for the same speaking and listening, and then the rest can be 7, and then you'll be able to pass this skills assessment.
Kiprono,
So
are we able to get that link so that we can share that that page or that link that nini?
yes, we can. It all comes from, this is the assessing body for teachers. So let me just share this one on the link, but hii Nick iko kwa ile LIN
Yeah.
19051, where the document, hiyo document kwanza iko na skill list na iko na occupation code na iko na assessing body. So
Uh-huh.
for every assessing body inakupatia requirements ya each and every individual occupation and your area of study. So if somebody starts from this document, your LIN 090, LIN 19051, LIN 19 stroke 051, this document takes you to the rest of all these tree diagram, because I can share now this one, but this is only for teachers or secondary school teachers. What about the rest? The rest should go to that document. So you please write for the boys, because I'm unable to do that on my dashboard. Do
I will share. I think
yeah.
nimepata that nini. I will share on the comment section.
Yeah, so that's a very important area that we need to do. And for today, let me just share, like we said, Nick, there are 5 occupations which are in
Someone is
demand
asking,
today.
Kiprono, can the links be shared separately so that we can know, like, this link belongs to teachers, this link belongs to nurses, so that it can be easy for them maybe to go through.
Pardon, I think I didn't get you.
It is on the screen. Like, can the link be shared separately?
Sorry, got a lot of echo around.
I think it is on your site, Kiprono. The echo is from your side. So someone is asking, can the link be shared separately? Like we share the link for teachers separately, link for nurses separately. Even if you're going to do it on your wall, I will share the same on my page.
Perfect. That's all right. Yeah, you can share for nurses, but for nurses, let me just go through. Yeah, because one of my also dependents is a nurse, and I'm
Mhm.
working on getting her things also going on. So nurses are here. So if you're a nurse, your body is unmarked. Your codes starts at group 2544. So, and your assessing body is unmarked. So you need to go to unmark. Their website is very clear. They provide that kind of information, and they also give you more or pathways if you need to do skills assessment for study or for migration. So also nurses are provided with very good information. So this is for the nurses, ANMAC. So it's Australian Nursing and Midwifery Accreditation Council. So unaona pale inakwambia kuna migration skills assessment, and normally the good thing with Australian system says, and this is what I like it is, they will always give you a lot of information, including kama kuna delays, kama kuna whatever, what of you, what not, and stuff like that. So that's for the nurses. And Nick, please share this document because this is where everything starts from. You see, this document gives the occupations on the left hand side, the code, and the
I was
assessing
requesting
body.
Kiprono, like after this forum, you share on your wall, like that, all those, and then I just share on my page. I think that will be easier.
No problem at all. No dramas. Yeah, I'll do that, mate. I'd ensure that you have all this. But the document is called Migration LIN 19051.
You can also
Specific.
Google if there is someone who wants to get this
Yeah.
information. It is online. You can Google
Mm,
and you will get the full information.
mm.
I've seen
And
there is someone
just
asking for engineering the certification. Um, I believe like the certification of engineers, like for example, electrical engineers, is it the same as Kenya? Like someone
no,
was telling me.
no. Engineers in Australia go through a rigorous. So in Australia, although I haven't done, I did electrical engineering technician. So which
Mhm,
is totally different. I did through a body called Trades Recognition Australia because I'm a trader, mini fundi. Whereas engineers in Australia, and this is a conversation also, Nick, I need to make it clear to our people that
mhm,
in Kenya today, what is considered as engineers according to Australian standards is not what we do as engineers in Kenya. The
mhm,
reason why some of us downgraded from engineering and then we called ourselves technician is because according to Australian standards, an engineer is a white collar job, whereas in Kenya, an engineer is a blue collar job. So I'll take you for example. If I take you to my occupation, which is electrical,
mhm.
so we are here at so let's just have a look at that because it's very important if we talk about it. So electrical engineer, electrical. So what we do in Kenya, kama sisi watu wa engineers, kama whatever we do in Kenya ni 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 what is done here in Australia as technicians, and what Australia does as engineers is blue white collar job in Kenya. Kwa sababu engineers in Australia deal with cost, they deal with estimations, they deal with management kind of a thing, whereas in Kenya sisi ndio tunafanya kazi ya ufundi. So kuna mahali penye huwa tunatafuta descriptions ya roles hapa Australia of how do we know what a person does. So how to do that, unaenda kwa this site inaitwa Australian Bureau of Statistics. Australian Bureau of Statistics is the one which defines roles. When I define like each and every role, what are they supposed to be doing? So, and for example, electrical engineers, unaona wanafanya mambo ya planning, designing power station, planning and designing. Whereas in Kenya, sisi tuko kwa tools. We are always working physically, like we are tuko site, we are fixing
Mhm.
machines, right? But hapa
Mhm.
unaona, they are planning, they are determining, they are developing, they are organizing and managing resources. So basically, this is how it comes in when we try to do skills assessment. You need to check also that your occupation and the experiences you have amassed over the number of years is exactly as that one in Australia. Remember, Nick, when we are coming here as skilled people, we don't want to boast ourselves, our skills that we are master in Kenya, but what are we fitting in into that country we're intending to go and work in? So if I'm in Kenya, I want to go and work in Australia, I should look at my skills and where do I fit in Australia, not the other way around that I'm an electrical engineer, the other side should fit onto me. So it's you to fit onto the system. So, and this is why it's very important to have kind of comprehension where you see what skills you have, what qualifications you have, and you fit into there. So, I have two people who applied differently. One applied as an electrical engineer, anafanya kazi Kengen. She's a lady. So, but she's doing exactly this one. Kapita Skills Assessment Engineers Australia. Then I have
Are you
this guy
able
who
to
is
zoom?
working.
Are you able to zoom so that it can be clear? Um,
Yeah, yeah. So, and
all right,
so
it's
I
okay.
think this is, yeah. So, and Nick, I have this second person who is working in Kenya Power. Kazi yake ni laini, anajenga laini and what have you. So he applied as an electrical engineer, but he failed. Why? Because his occupation is a technician. I mean, like here in Australia, he's a lines worker. I mean, like he works in the transmission line. He's not an engineer. So he ended up like I had told him that you will not be able to get skills assessment under engineer, but because tunasemanga wacha tujaribu kwanza tuone kama itawak ama itawak. So
Mhm.
he tried it, it never worked. So he had to come back as a technician. And I'm gladly happy that last week I got a positive assessment as a lines worker. So his qualification first is an electrical engineer from Moi University. Number two, akaenda kufanya Kenya Power mambo ya laini. He built lines. Now he's gotten as a lines worker, not as an electrical engineer. But and I'm so positive that atapata a nomination later on. So that's very important. Know your skills, know your area of experience, regardless if you have qualifications as an engineer or as a technician. It doesn't matter sometimes. It matters on when you do your or what have you've been doing for over the number of the couple of years.
Mhm. Now,
So that's
Kiprono,
very important.
like you talked about someone getting positive assessment results. How long does this assessment take? Like, for example, if I want to submit my papers today, how long does assessment take?
Yeah, very good question. Yeah, most occupations take, depending on the body. Now that you see, we took on how many bodies? We have more than 400 occupations who qualify for skills assessment, and all these bodies, kuna Medba, kuna TRA, kuna Vetases, kuna ACS, Australian Computer Society. uh, for me, I can only tell you what my experience is. And
Mhm.
my experience was with TRA, that's Trades Recognition Australia. And Trades Recognition Australia at my time, there you go, this one, number 63.
Mhm.
Yeah, Trades Recognition Australia. This one, walikuwa wanatupatia 3 months, but mine came after 6 weeks. So basically,
Mhm.
a month and a half.
So
But
let's say maximum 3 months.
probably yes, but everything iko kwa kwa website yao. So ukienda TRA website ya Trades Recognition Australia watakwambia timeline yao.
Okay.
Ukienda kwa watu wa Anmax nurses, ukienda kwa site yao watakupatia their timeline. So kila mmoja, na pia ina take time also for this. Remember Nick, this assessing bodies, they just don't look at your paper. They contact back your school, that to prove your occupation and your graduation. So it also depends on your school. Kama poly, me I schooled in Eldoret Polytechnic. So in Eldoret Polytechnic inakuwa very slow to respond to anything on email, anything international, everything. Kila mtu tu anakuwa ametulia. Mtu anasapata email last week, atakaa 4 weeks later and ana respond to that email. So it also depends on your institution of study. Kama wako proactive to respond like, hey, Kiprono Cheruiyot ama Justin schooled in this school and they were able to graduate on such a date and stuff like that. So you find that these institutions also play a bigger role to respond to these assessing bodies that yes, Kiprono Cheruiyot was in this school and he graduated. So basically, that's how it works, Nick.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah. So
I know tulikuwa tumeongea about walimu and I think inafaa tumalizane na walimu because nimeona ni wengi. Someone is asking like which subjects have higher demand, the combinations.
okay. In terms of combinations, Australia is very open. They're not really chasing out to see that what combination you are on. So it doesn't matter what, if you are combining English, geography, English, whatever, geography, science, whatever, just apply as a secondary school teacher or whatever, just as a teacher, and then come here. The essence of it all is Australia believes, or the education system here, they believe that you as a person, if you went to school 844 system, you graduated in the uni, and you were able to take your assessments right, you graduated, they believe that you can take anything here. Remember, mambo ya English geography is not in Australia. Hapa wanafunza vitu tofauti kabisa, so you'll come and relearn, which is a challenge. And remember also, Nick, when you endeavor to start, or when you want to, ukianza kuenda mambo ya ku migrate out of Kenya, you should be open enough to say that, yes, I'm leaving my country, which is comfortable, and I know what I'm doing, to an unknown land to go and do what I may not really like comprehend or understand at this point in time. So your responsibility, or what you need to know, is just chase yourself out there and come here and just do whatever. Kama ni mwalimu, kuja come and learn the system and deliver according to the system. Leave alone the Kenyan system. Also do walimu wa English nini, come and learn afresh here and deliver something else. Unaweza kuja hapo ukuwe mwalimu wa piano ama mwalimu wa psychology, and there's nothing like psychology in high school. So
Yeah,
it's up to you to come and,
it's open for all the teachers. There is nothing like combination.
Like it's nothing like combination. You'll come and learn different things here, and then on those different things you have to deliver on that different things that are here. But 3 things are common, which according to my research, but I'm still can be corrected. One is math. Math is similar to what we teach in Kenya. Number 2 is science. Science is science, but here we teach in a different way. Approach is different. It's not like the one chalk, whiteboard, and normal interaction. This is more practical here. And PE, ile mambo ya physical education or whatever, that's similar. And then you can specialize on which kind of PE you want, which sport and stuff like that. The rest imepinduliwa, imechanganywa kabisa. But it's more manageable here and easier to deliver than in Kenya, because you have all the support from the old structure from school. And Nick, let me mention one thing about teachers. Up Australia, teachers are the most like helped by the government, and the government now plus the union. Kuna kitu inaitwa union hapa nye ina favor teachers. So Teachers now are getting the best rates, loans ya banks, loans ya everything. So whereas kama sisi wengine tukichukua mortgage tunalipa 7%, teachers are paying only 4%.
Mm-hmm.
So they are getting the best deals in across the market. So regardless of the pay, teachers are getting the best rates in the market on terms of mortgage. So utanunua nyumba utalipa pesa kidogo kuliko yenye Kiprono Cheruiyot analipa for the entire period. So yeah,
So there is a lot of advantages in it.
incentives. Yeah. Mm.
Okay. Now someone is asking, like, there is someone called Farley asking, how long does it take to get a job as a teacher after being granted a visa?
So I have two teachers whom we've interacted a little bit, and one of them I was a little bit giving directions, well, like what we are doing now. So most of them, it took them 40 to 90 days to get the registration here locally and hiyo ni ya state. So like for example, mwenye ako Northern Territory alipata registration after 40 days.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get registration after 40, that means like umepata uh, kama ya TSC number. Once you get TSC number, it's all go. You just apply for any school and then you're posted there, either through the local governments or regional government. I'm going to apply directly to school. So you can decide who are posted by local government. I'm going to apply to specific school and then the school will take you. So whichever way it takes, once you have the number, it's you can start the job immediately the next day.
Mm-hmm. And
And then
someone is
if you
asking, okay, go on.
yeah, kama hujapata registration but you are in the process, you can be assistant. You can be assistant to a teacher when you land here. Uendelee tu kuwa assistant till you get your registration. So how it works here in Australia is for every classroom, for example, primary school, you'll have a teacher who is the main like teaching the class, but kuna assistant mwenye assist the main teacher on other things to prepare materials the class, to prepare laboratory and stuff like that. So these assistants normally don't have like to be registered. They have to have some qualification, but you can start from there as you get accustomed. Remember ni kuna mambo ya culture hapa na hii mambo ya English, not English, but the way of pronouncing words. The English here is not the British English or what we are used in Kenya. English hao wako na some twangs and a little bit different. So you need to come also get accustomed to it because when you're communicating, you need to know what means. So you need to know how to communicate with these kids because the slang, the Australian slang is strong and shortened. So you need to really like come here, take some time to understand what things means, and then it makes your life easier to either deliver education, or deliver or to communicate with people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, that is it. So I think Fale amepata hiyo. Now there's someone asking a question here. I don't know if you can see the dashboard.
Yeah, kuna diploma holders. Yeah, unfortunately diploma holders, no, it's not. The reason why we're talking about degree holders is Australia is a first world country. They really need highly skilled people. So there's no point of view with your diploma or I'm not bashing you guys, but this is just a requirement that they don't reconsider. Diploma holders are only people who are doing trade qualification, and trade qualification ni fundi kama mimi. Kama wewe ni electrical
Mm-hmm.
technician umefanya diploma ama higher diploma in Kenya, then you can qualify as a fundi. This is okay, not essential, but wewe ukiwa trade or a trade qualification, it's perfectly allowed. But if you're a professional, which is like teachers, nurses, doctors, you need to have your degree and high English requirements for you to deliver. I'm sorry, but that's a thing. You know, first world countries how they need this kind of requirement.
Mm-hmm.
That covers diploma holders. Truck driver. Truck
There is.
drivers, unfortunately, it's not on the list. Truck drivers, plant operators, not on
Mm-hmm.
the list. I'm sorry. when the operators which are allowed now under skilled migration ni power plant operators. So kama wewe una operate a substation or a power plant where they were generating electricity,
Mhm.
you qualify, you can apply and come. So
All
hiyo
right.
ni kwa hii
Um,
dashboard ya pili, Nick. I don't know if you have more questions on the other side.
I want us to go to the requirements. Like now, let's say someone may graduate, akona your experience. What are other additional requirements? I've seen there is someone who is asking, is bank statement a requirement for skilled visa? So, like maybe we can touch on the requirements after, like maybe you have the certificates, you have the experience. What are some other additional requirements?
Perfect. Yeah. So very interesting, and this is really straightforward. Also from the list your LIN 19/051 kwa kila occupation inakwambia what are the requirements for that occupation. For example, people who are doing teachers, nurses, and those people who serve the Australian people, you need very high English
Mhm.
requirements. Whereas sisi kama sisi mafundi wenye tuko site tunafanya mjengo kule, we don't need a lot of, we just need functional English to be able to communicate with fellow workers to deliver.
Mhm.
So number one, tuongee mambo ya English. So English requirements is number one. So if you want to come to Australia, remember one thing is you need to be good in English. So English for professional occupations in healthcare and teaching is high,
Mhm.
and then the rest of the occupations you can fumble around with whatever English you can get, but ensure that you have good English, because at the same time also Australian systems inaenda na kitu inaitwa point based system where you are awarded points depending on, yeah, on English test or English achievements. Like kama sasa IELTS ukipata 8 unapata 20 points.
Mhm.
Ukipata IELTS 7 unapata 10 points. Ukipata IELTS less than 7 ni 0
Mhm.
points. So you have to satisfy 65 points for you to be able to get nominated as a skilled person by the federal government. So, and how do you get that? You need to get the best English. Let's say, for example, I did 5 times English test. Nilifanya once IELTS and then 4 times PTE. So in the old hiyo kurudia, the last one is the one that I got clean 79% for PTE. So this gave me 20 points. And at that time when I was doing this, I was in the good age bracket. So here you get points on age. So if the best age is 25 to 33, you get 20 points. No, 30 points. Whereas somebody who is gone beyond the three gets, I believe it's now 25 points and 20 points. I think 33 to somewhere 40, and then 40 to 44. It's 25 points and 20 points respectively. So for you to get 65 points, you need to get at least good English. Like let's say, for example, 20 points, you need to be in the age of under 45 for you to get between 30 and 20 points. You need to get also skills assessment. For degree holders, it gives you 15 points. For diploma holders, it gives you 10 points. So if you add all these, if it doesn't fit there, you need to do other things. For example, if you have experience in Kenya, overseas experience above 5 years, unaanza una gain points. Kuna category ya points which again I'll share later on. If I don't want to go into details for today, but we can talk about specific item in the coming weeks. Kama ni mambo ya skills, kama ni points based, how you can get more points and stuff like that. But for today, just
Okay,
wanted to summarize that. Yeah.
maybe on that, Nini, you can say something about age, because I think I've seen two questions on the same. Like, does age matter?
Yes, it does matter. And let me just share one of the skilled visa requirements, and you can see for yourself. Wanasema be of age.
There is a lot of questions here, Kiprono. A lot of questions, but I think there is someone
Let's
with
go. Let's summarize all of them and just, yeah.
I think the link will
22.
assist because there's some people asking about the assessment bodies. There is someone who is asking which body assesses nutrition and dietetics. Someone is asking about hoteliers, and I think I've seen two questions on the same. Uh, plant operators, I think you've answered that. Uh,
Yeah.
Warehousing, logistics, and supply chain professional. Can I get a work visa? So maybe you can respond on one or two, and then
In
there is
all
also
that,
medical lab technicians and technologists.
yeah, that's a good question as well. So everything kwa hiyo list yenye nimepeana inasema hiyo list Nick LIN 190051 iko na all the list ya occupations, and then on the middle section iko
Mm-hmm.
na codes,
Mm-hmm.
unscore codes, which is basically the code which is respective to each and every occupation. And then on the right hand side iko na assessing body. So kama huyo mtu wa medical lab aende kwa hiyo list, aende angalia medical lab, angalia on the right hand side what is the assessing body, aende
Mm-hmm.
Google, search for it, see the qualification, see what that body requires. And Nick, remember last time I mentioned about this, Australian authorities, some of these organizations, they are very extremely responsive. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
not sure, just write them an email on contact us section. Kuna ile place inaitwa contact us. So when you hit that contact us, they will ask you for your name, number, email, and then the body. You explain yourself. Say, introduce yourself. Say, I'm Kiprono Cheriot. I'm a passport holder of Kenya. I'm a medical laboratory technician. I'm a specialist. This is my qualification. I need to get skills assessment for migration to Australia and possibly to get a job. What are the requirements that I need to pass this skills assessment? And is there any other support that I may need, or any other documentation that I may need from this country? Then they'll respond to you. And in some cases, come for me, when I wrote first of all to Beta Assess, they told me to contact another body, which is TRA. And then in TRA, I was assigned a case officer to assist me go through the process. So it's extremely, these people here in Australia, they are extremely helpful, where they even assign a person to you, even if you don't like understand a lot of these things, just to take you through to make sure that you are comfortable. So I would advise people that just take a diligent, take some of your time, instead of use your bundles to research on that one, go through the skills. My dream, or what I'm trying to do now, is just to share guidelines and also just motivate people to go through the process and show them how to do about it. And then the primary thing is, majority of the work, do it yourself, so that you can also understand the process, so that tomorrow, if you finish all this process, when you come here, you don't need anyone to help you. You can do yourself. You can manage everything by yourself. If I assist you now till the point that you get your visa, you also need Kiprono Cheria to assist you to get a job. I'm a technician, you're a medical lab, or you're a teacher. I don't know a damn thing about teaching in Australia. I'm a parent, I can only come bring my student there. So I need people to understand that my coming here is just to give guidance and tell our people that it's possible to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much, it's just structured steps, only that you need to put
Now,
your efforts and strength in and pull it together. So I may not know everything, but I know just a few things, but I'll share that one so that tuweze kusonga
now,
mbele.
I want us to summarize the requirements. Like, for example, as a teacher, tumesema English is a must. So that is number
English is
one.
a must, yes.
That is
Yes.
number one requirement. Number two,
Number two
so we
requirement is
have
skills
the bank
assessment. So
statement. No, before even the assessment, bank statement, is it requirement?
no, bank
So,
statement is only applicable to students, but
okay.
not on skilled. Skilled people are not a requirement, but I need to throw something here that kwa skills assessment, kwa skilled visa ni kuna three types of visas. Kuna ile 491,
Mm-hmm.
that's regional. Kuna 190, which is state sponsored. States, Australia in one country, but iko na 7 states. So any state can nominate you under 190. 491 is regional huko mashinani. Kama sasa mimi niko mashinani huko Australia, nafanya kazi huko regional, but I didn't get 491. I was on 190 which is state sponsored. So kuna watu wa 90, kuna watu wa 189 na kuna watu wa 491. So 189 is federal government, ile unakuwa nominated by the central government or federal government where you can come to Australia and work anywhere in Australia. 190 nominates you to only specific states. For example, ukiingia Victoria utafanyia kazi Victoria peke yake for at least 2 years and then you're open to do that. And then 491 is regional. So requirements, like I said, like we said before, in English, you need to pass English. English, the best. Get 8, it will assist you on points and stuff like that. And also achieve the 65 points. And number 2 is skills assessment. Pass skills assessment, part of your skills assessment.
Now, on the skill assessment, how much do they charge? I've seen a question on the same.
Each and every organization, our ANMAC, VETASYS, TRA, MED-BA, all these in a charge differently kulingana occupation. I may not tell you, but for electrical engineering technicians, it's roughly between, I think, between $900 and $1,500. I'm not sure yet, saizi kama it may change, but for my occupation, it was between $900 and $1,500, depending on what level of and where are you at that time. Kuna kitu inaitwa also points, migration points advice, which again apply to some occupations and doesn't apply to others. So we can say for specific occupations, if you are an electrical engineering technician, expect to spend around $900 to $1,500. So, but the rest of the occupations are different.
I think that information actually is available online.
Available online, yeah. In each of every now kwa walimu, maybe I can check for secondary school teachers. Let's see what the cost is. I didn't actually go through that one, but ya walimu ni
someone here is saying it is around 120k Kenyan shillings.
Yes, thereabouts.
Yeah. So someone, I think that is number 2, the assessment. You need to pass the assessment.
Yes,
and then
you need
number
to.
3.
Number 3, be of age under 45. You need to be under 45. So skills assessment, because of some reason, they need the productive part of your life. So it comes to people under 45. So tumesema ya kwanza ni English, number 2 ni skills assessment, ya 3 ni age, ya 4 ni be of character. Like for example, usikuwa umaikuwa convicted in your own country. For example, kama umaikuwa convicted na ukafungwa kwa jela under circumstances it is proved and beyond reasonable doubt that you are a criminal, you are not eligible. So you keep that one out. Ya 5 ni be of good health, of meet health requirements. So currently for skilled migrants to Australia, there are 4 elements that they won't admit you to be a skilled person, because Nick kuja Australia as a skilled person. Some of these visas, especially majority of the visas, kama skilled person inakupatia permanent resident. Once you get this skilled visa unakuwa permanent resident, and ukiwa permanent resident, they give you Medicare, like the Australian Medicare. Like you don't pay for Medicare. Unaenda hospitali haulipi chochote. Unaenda tu, you walk in, you are treated, and you go home. So and so that you don't become a burden to the Australian taxpayers, Australian revenue. So they won't allow you if you have those. And this one, I won't mention what and what notes are not allowed. Wewe sasa mwenyewe and the health requirements pale kwa website ya Immigration Australia. So go and look at yourself what are the exclusions. But the major diseases are there. The key ones that are very expensive. So and you know what I mean. Any terminal diseases, sorry, it's not eligible. So yeah, that's the 5th one. And then the last one is if you are migrating with your partner, your wife, Your wife also should not have had criminal history. So that's very important. So kama bibi ama mzee amewahi terrorist ama amewahi nini, sorry, you are ineligible. And they scan everything anyway across Interpol, across your country of residence, and also Australian Federal Police. So they search your database kuona kama your profile has ever appeared on Interpol, Australian Federal Police, or your Kenyan. So for this, only mambo ya DCI. So those are the main requirements, Nick. And just allow me to mention one thing, which some of the guys have gone through. There's a person who sent me a message earlier today regarding an agency called Immigration Australia, Office of the Immigration of Australia. Let me share my screen so that people can see. And this is what guys have been going through, and I just want to make sure that people don't fall into the prey. So please let me know if you come on the screen is visible
Yeah,
with
it
what
is
I'm
there.
sharing. Yeah. So this group in inaitwa Office of, let me expand it to the guys for them to see. So this is my friend whom had registered with this group in inaitwa Office of Immigration Australia. So just for the people to understand, this is not the official migration office or migration website. Yeah, Australia. This is an agency, and this agency, I've tried to trace them in Sydney just to know where their offices are, but I've never found them. Instead, this is a group, an online group where they just probably share information. You register, you pay $7, and then thereafter, they hook you up with a very crazy offer to for you uweze to sign up with them, and then you start paying a lot of money, but they don't help you in the end. So whatever I'm sharing today is what these people will do. These are not registered in Australia. For you to practice as an agent or as an immigration advisor or a lawyer, you need to be trained. You need to go through a rigorous process, and then you need to be registered. So this group, I haven't found their registration. I haven't found their offices. I don't know who this group whom they are, but they're always sending people emails. If you sign up with them, they'll take you. The first is they hook up you with $7 of registration. Next one, akwambia ulipe $250, and then the process becomes they refer you back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So be careful of this kind of people. If you need to run through this process, please, it's better reach out to us, see where we can assist you or I can guide you with, and then do all the background checks. There's no need for you pay here on these people, you pay $5,000, whereas this $5,000 will cater everything for you and then pay your visa fee and come to Australia. So I'm sorry if I'm too judgmental on this team, but you need to be careful. And this is why I'm coming in, Nick, just to
Yeah.
assist our people so that they don't fall prey into
I think
migration to Australia.
there is someone who sent me another a screenshot. That guy was supposed to pay $7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so I
if you
think
pay the seven
be careful.
dollars,
Mm.
nothing happens. Nothing happens. They just take you round and round, and in the end, they come back to you and they share with you. Let me just share with you what they normally share as package. They tell you to pay this package, and then they can be able to assist you. So this is the. Just let me know if the screen comes through. Um,
Yeah, it is
so
coming.
yeah, so this is the group. So the group, they have this very nice website, and then when you come down here, they take you through that this is the steps that you're gonna do, and then they have a disclaimer down here that um, Please note that we do not sell provide visas down there. Just chini kabisa, angalia kwa blue side.
Can
The
you zoom in?
information, yeah, they provided. Yeah, let me zoom.
Mm-hmm. It's okay now.
Yeah, so down here they're saying that please note that we do not sell, provide visas of any kind, and the information provided on this website is nature, in general nature, and for informational purposes only. For informational purposes only. The same thing that Kiprono Chariot is doing today. I'm sharing this session just for informational purposes. I'm not registered immigration agent. I'm just sharing my journey, how I made it to be a skilled person here in Australia. And then they're saying that the Office of Immigration Australia is not associated to any with the Australian government. So this group is not associated to any government department. And for tailored advice, they're saying that you need to click here for you to speak to an immigration agent. And when you do that, this is what comes up. So when you do that, they tell you that you need to, sorry, hold on. You need to subscribe here. So this is what comes up once you click that link here, that you need to speak to a migration agent. So you need to subscribe to a service where you can get online support with a registered immigration agent, which is basically silver, and you need to pay $250. So remember, utalipa $7, and then next unakuja kulipa 250, or unalipa gold, which you will get consultation and services, RMA inclusive, all registered immigration agent on the right hand side. Can you see that? And then you see how much you're going to pay, 5,900 Australian dollars. This is basically like 600,000 Kenyan shilling. So this 600,000 unalipa to agent, yani inaenda tu kwa agent, yani it doesn't help you at all. It's they are just to share all. You see the link that I've shared, the documents, I mean the list of occupation and what have you that you need to go through. That's what they do, and you pay 600,000 Kenyan shilling. Whereas you can do it yourself. Just brace up yourself with a nice laptop, bundles, or your phone, a good phone, a tablet, research about it, and then get directions and apply for on your own and go through. And then the Australian also system allows you to do that, and they guide you. Everything on the visa system is so clear, right? So this Nick, people should be aware. And I'm not castigating this team. This team was also like in business. They are trying to keep business, and I really support them. But we really need to know what we really need to do and who is who in this space, right?
Kila mtu
Yeah,
anajituma.
yeah, exactly.
Mtu anajituma. We have a lot of people watching. I've seen someone from UK, Licky, is also watching. Licky, we will
Hey,
invite you
hi,
to.
Licky. Yeah,
And then there are a lot of questions that are coming in. Kiprono, I want you to answer some few questions because I know time also. Imeenda sana.
yeah, it's
There
already
are
2 a.m. and I'll
yeah.
be at work at 6 a.m. in the morning. So let's take 5 minutes and then I'll be able to rest.
All right.
So
So
if
I have two questions. Someone is asking, now that I did business management and IT degree, can I qualify for skilled visa? I think
yes,
that
you
is
can qualify. And allow me again to share the screen. So if you have done anything to do with IT and anything touching uh, business and ICT, it's in there. So go there, Andika to business.
oh, paid, sharp paid is watching. That was your question.
Yeah, so there's this ICT business analyst. So
Mhm.
it entails anything business and IT. So just tell him or her to go there, research on this occupation number 142. Go to ACS, Australian Computer Society, research on that one, and they'll be able to see the requirements and they'll be able to apply. So another thing is maybe one thing before we answer the second question. before I forget, kuna kuna one thing, Nick, I want to share about how each and every occupation, what's the demand on each and every occupation in Australia, is all about, and what occupations are in demand. So there's this site called Skills Skill Job Australia. So it's a government page. I will share on the link again, and then we can be able to put out, and then people can be able to search on each and every using the code, and then people can be able to check if the occupation is in demand. So what's the second question you mentioned with the
Uh, we will share the link. The last question is the success rate of this skilled migration.
um everything has the easiest, I mean, like the positives and negatives, but what I can assure people is from the first, ni kama huwa natuanga histori Niki, kama hii story ya sokoni.
Mhm,
Ukitaka kuuza mboga vizuri in the best rates, in the best kama Eldoret mboga January December, January February March is the
mhm,
best time to get best prices kwa ya sukuma wiki ama whatever ama managu. So how do you get to the market in January or February? You need to plant at some point 3-4 months earlier so that it matures in January. So how do you do that? You do in your initial research. So for this case, for people who are doing skills assessment, first of all, before you start doing skills assessment, see what we're talking about. What are the in-demand skill list, and then what's your qualifications? I might tell you today that go for it now, whereas you know yourself that kama saizi nikwambia Nick, yes, walimu wanahitajika, and then somebody, because he's a diploma or P1 teacher, goes straight in, starts doing skills assessment, he fails or she fails, and then she says, oh, we misadvised them. So you need to go back first, angalia where do you want to be, the destination, and then walk back, like what, where, if we are this is where I want to achieve, what do I need to do from the initial stages or from where I am today? And that's how you get in there. So for the people that we work together, it takes time, because you need, this is a life-changing situation, because once you come to Australia, you become a permanent resident, kama kuwa green card holder wa US. So this is a life-changing situation whereby it's not all about work, it's also about your life. Your life changes for good. You change your residency status from Kenyan to Australian. So it takes time, and it needs you to really take that energy, and to think that, I mean, like, give yourself some time to really focus and see that this is what you want. The
mhm,
success rate for the people who I've worked with, or the people who have taken step and advising, not advising, but just guiding them, and then they do the process on themselves, especially for the teachers, and a little bit of medical fraternity has been
mhm,
good. And I've seen a few friends who've come over, and I've been in Australia for only a year now.
mhm,
So, and I've done all we are in the process. So I may not give you a good statistics, Nick, but probably by the end of the year or something, because most of the guys whom I'm working, I'm advising them and giving them steps,
mhm,
are still on the process, hawajafika pale. So, and then there's another thing of dynamics of Australian migration system. It's changing all the time. So
mhm,
it gives us that you do today this, and then tomorrow something else comes up, and then it becomes that you realign as well yourself and see if you can fit in. So just as a keynote or closing note is, I'm not a migration agent. I'm just a person who went through the process. I'm not qualified to give
that's success rate.
professional services. I'm just a
Uh-huh.
person who is sharing a personal journey. So don't quote me anywhere. Don't refer to me in any of your applications and stuff like that. Do your own research and make sure that you do your own due diligence. So, um, other than that, I believe uh, I have answered all the questions. I've seen transit through Pacific. Great information you have transit through. That's ready to go. Yes, for those people who are coming to the Pacific areas, there's also New Zealand. So I would also advise guys to go to New Zealand. New Zealand is a great country. It's just 2 hours away from Australia, East Coast. So it's a nice place as well. It's a little bit colder than Australia, but it's a good one. Agnes Yatori is asking about hypertension and diabetes. I would tell you, I don't want to talk about health requirements. Just go there and search health requirements in the IMI immigration account. They explain it
Yep.
well because these
Uh-huh.
are
It is
personal
available
issues.
actually online. So
Uh, uh,
yeah. So
yeah, and
Mr.
then
Kiprono, there's some people who are watching who are outside the country. And I think Licky is going to join in a few. There is also someone called Koimur Nicholas. If I've sent him a message, I think if he'll be able, he can join and then maybe say hi. And anyone who is outside the country, you're able, if possible, you can say hi. We also value you. You can also share the information on the country that you're in. I believe Nicholas is in USA and Licky is in UK. So maybe in future we are going to invite people from all over the world so that we can get this information. Yeah.
yeah,
So
for sure.
uh,
Finally, let me just answer one question I've seen from Sayana Kemboy.
yes, yes.
Um, Chefs are there. So let me just mention five occupations which are today really on demand. One, nurses
Hmm.
and medical field. A lot of medical field there. Just let me just mention specific occupation nurses. Number two, chefs. Liki, if Sana, I know you are a chef. Please do that. TRA is your occupation. I mean, like assessing body. Uh, chefs are highly needed here in Australia. Australians like vacationing and they like going out, going to hotels, going to, and also Australia is a destination for tourists. So hotel industry is a big thing here. Number three, teachers, like I mentioned before, teachers are highly needed here, especially after COVID. And many teachers didn't go back to work and many retired. So, teachers, please look into that. Be keen on that one. Number four is system analyst, app developers. This is the field of IT. So Australia being like one the next frontier in IT, and they're trying to also develop systems that support the rest of the world. And this is one of the things to do with IT infrastructure. So IT is one thing. So if you are in those fields in IT, and also to some extent cybersecurity, so app developer, system analyst, cybersecurity on IT, please get in there. You're on the list. And then the last one ni watu wa mjengo kama mimi, watu electrical technicians. Kama wewe ni electrical technician, wewe ni project manager, project supervisor, wewe ni civil technician, not engineer, civil technician. Engineers kidogo for civils is a little bit ish, but you can get there. The problem with civil engineers from Kenya is they miss a certain component in training that is additionally available here. So you can't register as an engineer, you can't do skills assessment as an engineer, but you can do it, but it's a little bit challenging. But that's
Hmm.
also one of the things that I don't want to talk about it now because I'm not a migration agent. I'm just a layman, or let's say I'm just sharing information. But if you're a mechanical engineer, electrical technician, wewe ni mtu wa mjengo, plumber, wewe uko kwa list, wewe jaribu kufanya hiyo maneno. So those are the key five. So if you are in there, please do. But the rest of the occupations as well, everything else, angalia kwa hiyo list, LIN 19/051. All the lists are skilled migration here. If you are on that list, you are
Uh,
qualifying. Your
yeah.
qualifications are
I think
accepted
the
here.
thing is, Kiprono, we need to share that that link. Yeah? because I've seen many people, they are repeating the same questions. They are asking of. I've seen someone asking about agriculture, and I think we had mentioned about that earlier. Um, okay, many people are asking about these things, so we will. I think it will be nice for you to share the link on the comment section so that it can be easy for them to go visit and maybe check it for them. So
Yeah, I'll share after the call. Yeah.
all right, I'm giving you only 2 minutes. I know you need to sleep, sir. So
Yeah,
only two
yeah, for
minutes.
sure.
Tell us your
Yeah.
story. The
Yeah,
way.
mm, like I said, my name is mimi naitwa Kiprono Cheriot. Wale wenye wananijua tulikuwa pamoja naitwa Justin as well. So I come from Eldoret. It was in Gishu. That's where I'm settled now. But mimi ni mzaliwa Elgeyo Marakwet, nimelelewa Trans Nzoia, nimesomea Western na nimesettle Eldoret. So I'm a blend of these counties. I did this process by myself. I did all the skills assessment, and for me, my story is very interesting. Mimi nilifanya skills assessment as an electrical technician or electrician. At the time when we were doing electrical this assessment, because the skills assessment for electrical technicians or electricians is as a two components. That's the practical and the theoretical side. Theoretical is done electronically or online. Practical, you need to go to a center where they examine you. So my story was challenging. I went to South Africa to do. The only center for Africa and Asia is in South Africa. Actually, there are 4 centers for electrical engineering and electricians to do skills assessment at a time before COVID. We had to do either you go to Korea, Japan. You need to go to Toronto in Canada. You needed to go to Cape Town, or you come to Melbourne in Australia. So the easiest way or the easiest center at that time was in Cape Town in South Africa. So I had to travel after doing the first stage, that is theoretical or online. Went to Cape Town, did my second stage, passed that one, and then came back now to do English. I did the first English, and then it qualified for me to do first the skills assessment, and then later on now do for the getting the correct points. So I did 4 times. Nilingangana pale Nairobi, Westlands, tukifanya nini. So Nick, I didn't have any at that time. We didn't have a trainer or a lot of trainers who were doing all this. So all the time utapata like school is a person who tells you like I've trained, but there is no history about it. So a lot of schools pale Nyamakima ya Nairobi, uh, River Road, and then it was not very clear. It's not like kama saizi at least tuko na trainer kama unique. We have some colleges who are specialized on English. So and at that time they were only specializing for those people who were going to US as nurses and doctors. That's basically TOEFL. So people who had experience on IELTS and PT were not there at the time, so tulikuwa tunategemea YouTube. So I used to do a lot of my research on YouTube. So and during that time I did 5 times on PT, 4 times on PT, once on IELTS. So that's the fifth time doing, the fourth time now doing PT. That's when I got all clear 79 and above. That's when now I got the 20 points. So my story was a little bit challenging. So Nick, before I started the Australian thing, I started first. I had this thing for when wakati tulikuwa tuna graduate diploma from poly, the big thing in Kenya at that time ilikuwa ile mambo ya tulo. Kama unakumbuka ile mambo ya tule huko kule Turkana, tulikuwa na ndio tumepata mafuta, so everyone was going for mambo ya oil and gas. And then so I was intrigued, and then at that time also Canada was really big on oil and gas, so I was looking forward either to go to Tulo or to go to Canada. So when I came out of college, I was looking to go to Canada because it was really paying well at that time. Oil in boom in Canada was really good, so I started first with Canada in 2014. So I applied for something called Express Entry. All did first the skills assessment and everything for Canada, did everything, got in, and then I realized Canada is so cold, I can't do much there. And then mimi nimezaliwa Elgeyo Marakwet, ni baridi sana kule Kapiego kwetu kule juu, it's very cold, and then I realized that no, I can't do another cold place. So that's when I started changing. And also there was a thing with Canada that I didn't really at that time looking for it. Canada has a thing that ukitoka Kenya na qualifications yako, they won't give you qualification. I mean, they won't consider your qualifications and then they get you into the system. Utaenda kuanza fresh. So kama ulikuwa na diploma, utaenda kuanza shule tena. But for Australia, they're allowing you with your whatever diploma degree from your country, they allow you to come and jump in and just continue where you are at that time. So for I didn't like that because I was looking at myself and saying that I can't go and start again hii mambo ya shule from fresh, whereas nilikuwa already set up and I had all the experience under my hands on whatever I was doing at that time. So that's when now I said, let me start afresh. So I started way back in 2016 to work on the Australian system. Did my skills assessment, got my assessment in 2018. 2019, that's when I got also my it took me a year to get the English test correctly. That was mid 2019. End of 2019, nikapata a nomination, nika apply for the visa, but now came COVID. COVID stopped everything in Australia 2020. So I couldn't, like Australia, everything on offshore was stopped. So 2 3 years, 2020, 21, 22, nearly mid, everything stopped. So I got my visa finally in 2022, end of 2022. So it's it's been a long years of waiting, but now they've slashed the process or may simplify the process, including for electrical technicians. So it's so easy for you to just jump in from diploma, get your skills assessment, and jump in there, start the process, do your English, and be there. So things have become simpler now. So there's no reason for anyone to be really have an excuse on like apa pale pale na pale. So I wish you all the best, guys. Do your best. Gather your documentation. July is coming. That's when the new year is coming. So put all the documentation right. Prepare everything. Due diligence. When we give you directions, take your time, go and look at those individual occupations, look at the requirements, and ensure that you put in all the documentation there. So the Australian systems works like this: you provide what you claim for. So claim for what you can prove. If you have 10 years of experience, 5 years experience, show by a documentation. And some of the documentation you have to prove sometimes 2 or 3 documentation that shows the same thing. So be careful on that one. But all is well. I'm not creating fear on you. I'm just giving you or building you confidence so that you can be able to build your skill set, put all everything in there, and have the confidence that all the documentation that you build over the years are what you claim or what you've been doing. So apart from that, yeah, welcome to Australia for those who are coming in. Australia is a good country. There's much. I live right now. I'm working in a remote area. I'm working with native Australians who are really welcoming. The town I'm in
Kiprono,
is 20,000. Yeah.
Liki is here. Just maybe after you finish, atasema kitu. So just continue. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining me. I don't know if that is
Mm.
official name, but tutakuita tu hivyo.
Yeah, so I live in a small city, 20,000 people, and mostly native Australians. So and they are really happy, and appreciate us being here and supporting the economy to make sure that everything is running. So like for me, I work in an energy environment, developing power plants in Australia and supporting all the economy. So all of you, please put your things together and come, and let's support this part of the world as we support home. But remember, home is home regardless, left, right, center. Home is home. So we're here to support this, and also let's go back, look back at home, that we invest back home. So wenye mnakuja Australia, karibuni sana, we are here. Na wenye mnakuja, tafadhali mtuambie, we will appreciate to be in the airport to receive you, at least take you through the process and see that you settle down well, because we believe that if you're here, if we welcome you, we will welcome other people, and then we will build a community here. Apart kale Australia tuko kaa onye bareny, so lazima ke tirge ake toret ke ake chepke ke loku sawa sawa. So apka togol karibu togol ako kimicha oli kwa sababu we are all our communities. Kongai sana Nick, and I'll give it back to you.
Thank you so much, Kiprono. I know tumechukua time yako kubwa sana, so I want to welcome Liki just to say something. And Liki, you will introduce yourself and tell us where you are, and maybe in future we'll be talking about UK. Liki, if you can hear me.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I put the video off because I'm in bed already. So my name is Liki Bungei, aka Chebororio. I'm currently in United Kingdom, and I came here under student visa. So mine was just to say that this has been one of the best lives I've ever logged in, if that is the correct word to say. Because one thing, thank you, Nick, for the platform, and thank you, Kiprono, for you are very knowledgeable. You know so much. Like there's sometimes you can log in into a live and you are following, and the person who is presenting keep on doesn't stick to the topic. But this has been the live that I've seen the topic from the beginning to the end. Mine is just to thank you, all of you, to thank you, Nick and Kiprono. Keep doing what you're doing. I am very sure everyone who is following is now understanding how you can be able to apply to get a job in Australia. And even us who are in the UK are really watching, because we've seen if we can be able to get, we don't need the English language, because we've been here for a year, some have been here for 2 years, 3 years. They're able to apply and they're able to get without the language. I don't know if that is, but I've heard it's one of the requirements. Yeah. So yeah, that is all that I have to say. And when it comes to the UK, tutaongea hiyo Nick Salat, we'll be able to share on the same.
You just have to say when you're free, you know, we can create time. You share some knowledge. But anyway, that one tutaongea nyuma ya tent.
That one, yeah. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Liki, and all the best over there. And you're welcome to Australia.
I'll be coming very soon, though. Let me not say it here.
No problem. No dramas.
So thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining this platform. There is someone who is asking Kiprono if you can share the state that you're in to Mutaftane. There is someone in Australia, I guess, anaitwa Fellow Kemboy.
Me ni mtu wa New South Wales. So my base hometown is Sydney, but I move around Australia because renewable energy in Australia is Australia-wide. So I'm supporting a company that sends me to sites across Australia. So I work in Victoria, South Australia, Western Australia, Northern Territory, Queensland, but my own base is Sydney. So kwa wale watu wa Sydney tunaweza jumuika pamoja, but once in a while. But most of the time I'm always on the run. Niko sites. I'm moving from site to site. But it's also a part of what I like. Mimi ni nomadic pastoralist kama sisi wa. I come from Marakwet. So we Marakwet, like part of the Kalenjin, yes, we move around like we are more pastoralists. So I'm happy to represent them, to be moving around, and yeah. So sina place, but what was Sydney
atakuja inbox and then mutafutani.
Yeah, tunaweza catch up. Maybe kwa zile pita zangu naweza kuwa ni kwa mtaa nitapitia, na kwa kila mahali penye naenda, nikiwa Melbourne, nikiwa Victoria, I always reach out to Townet NLL group, watu wa Melbourne. Nikiwa Western Australia, reach out to the team huko like Alfred, like how we do. Nikiwa South Australia, reach out to our Kenyan community over there. Queensland, the same. I always move around and also touch base with our guys. The only place in Sijaenda sign is Darwin, but I'll be in Darwin in July, so also go and represent our people in Darwin, Northern Territory, and also our fraternity online. I can't forget, the love and everything. So when you're walikuja pia our functions in Elgeyo Marakwet over December, I was in Gishu and a couple of others. We can't forget you. So let's share the positive message. Let's pass this. Tell a friend of a friend. that there's opportunities over here. It's a lengthy process, but it's possible.
Yep. Thank you so much, Kiprono. Maybe if you can share a WhatsApp number or Facebook. Someone was asking your Facebook name, and
Yeah, my
maybe where.
Facebook name is Kiprono Chariot. Just I'll share that one. It's easier. We can talk from there, and then I can assist whenever we can. But be aware that it's difficult for me to answer to each and every person. So I would always try to come back to you whenever time allows. So I'll share my screen again, just to share the
Also,
Facebook
Nick, you will
page.
share if you want people to ask you questions online. So,
Yeah, Nick and Kiprono, let me just interrupt. I don't know. There's a question I
so
if you can be
Yes,
able to share the link.
you want to say
The
something?
link I'm breaking.
Oh yeah, you clear now.
Oh, okay. There's a question I asked. If the link can be shared on your Facebook page, like a post, like just a post, because when we try to follow the live, we may not be able to get the link unless you shared it. You pinned the link, but if you shared it as a post, it would be easier for everyone to follow. No problem. You share. I'll share on my page from the pages that you're gonna share.
I will share maybe after this this call. Kiprono will share and I will share, and also maybe you can share also. So actually on
all right.
if you can see that is Kiprono Cheriot Facebook page, you can follow him, and also you can ask him questions, the important questions actually. So that,
please reach out. I would encourage the guys, please reach out to that one and then just write me a text message. I'll try to respond to you. I might take longer, but because of work constraints and also because of time difference. Right now it's 3 a.m. in Australia. I don't know back home. I think it could be 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. in the evening. Because of time difference and because of work constraints and the responsibilities I have. I may not reach out to you within a few hours, but I'll endeavor to come back to you with something that can assist you. And if it's possible, I'll make a call to you and just try to explain to you how that. But remember, again, I may not be knowledgeable on each and every occupation. I'm just trying to guide our guys that it's possible, it's manageable. You can do it yourself. You don't need an agent. But in case you're stuck, that's when now you can try to find an agent. Remember, all agents for skilled migration are based in Australia, and all skilled migration agents are specified Australian as residents or Australian citizens. So it might be a challenge for you because it comes at a reasonable cost. I mean, at a significant cost. So you may not be able to afford that. But instead of paying for that, you could do yourself. Australian government allows that. And you can utilize the resources that you have instead of using a migration agent. Instead, you do it yourself and get extra pocket money for you to pay your flights, to have some pocket money to come here, settle the first few weeks. For example, when you come here, it's not outright that from day one you'll start working. There's a couple of things that you need to do for you to get this, getting your documentation rights and getting local documentations and the other work requirements here in Australia that you need to have them for you before you start working. So I would encourage that people look into that direction so that we can assist us to make sure that we settle in this country and be people or productive people. So when you come here or when you start thinking about coming to Australia, please have in mind that also it's a country of its own. It's got its own values, its own rules and regulations. So you have to abide by these rules. So start preparing yourself mentally to assimilate this kind of a thing. Other than that, Nick, I really thank you, and I thank all our followers. And Liki, thank you for joining in. Thank you for all the teams that we've been working together. It's really my passion to see that we share all these opportunities. Mimi, saizi nikiwa Australia, I really want to share the happiness that comes with it when you come here, and also with the people who are out there, because I know now what Kenya is like and I know what Australia is like. This is the place for you guys if you are skilled. it's not brain drain. I had a discussion with leaders back in Kenya, Nikwambia, if you allow people to come to Australia, let them come here, they will work hard here, and always investment will be back home. So you won't see the investment immediately, but you will see in the near future. One thing why I'm doing all this, Nick, the rest of the counties are good, but like for example, my county, Elgeyo Marakwet, is number 3, the third most poorest county in Kenya. So I think we only beat 2 counties, that's Kilifi and Kwale, the last index that came out. And it's my endeavor that all the people, not only from Elgeyo Marakwet, of course, yeah, but it's my endeavor to see that people coming in from Elgeyo Marakwet, from North Rift, from all over Rift Valley, coming over, from all over Kenya, coming over to Australia. Let's work towards that, and then let's support businesses back home. Thank you so much. And let me just share 2 things. One, on my timeline, I'll share the links to the migration occupations and assessing authorities. That's the migration instrument, the 2019 one. Number 2, share a few things, tips, and there on our just a summarized post. And then Nick, you can pick it up from there. And then allow me to rest for now. If there are questions, please, guys, just be patient. I'll be answering them from tomorrow. Just allow me, because I need to rest before work. And then thereafter, we will always be having a discussion. So if you have a topic, please reach out to Nick. Nick will be able to summarize everything, and then we can create the next call next Sunday or Saturday, and then I can come up with something, or I can just in one of the random times just post something random. Thank you so much, Nick.
Licky,
allow me to, yeah.
Something small, and then we end. Alfred Sachin is following.
Thank you. Hey, Jambo Alfred, welcome to Australia. I saw you landed.
Yeah, that guy came, but I'm at So thank you so much, and thank you for sharing also. Yeah, next time we will also add Alfred. Licky, say something, and then we end because of time.
Oh, mine is just to thank you, Nick and Kiprono. I really don't have much to say. Like I've said, this has been the best. It has been the best. I'll say that, because I know the bar has been set so high. And I hope we'll continue. And to everyone who is following and everyone who is watching, you have all the information. Yours is just to follow the steps and be able to apply. You never know. You never know. Like I always say, you never know. As long as you follow all the steps, you are consistent, you're hardworking and everything, you'll be able to get jobs. There are jobs out there. And if you want to come to the UK, you are welcome to the UK as a student. And then hizo mambo za skill tutaangalia baadaye. Thank you so much.
If they want to follow you, are you able to share? Is it okay for you if you can share your maybe Facebook?
Share.
Licky, I think Licky, there is amepotea kidogo. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Kiprono, thank you so much, sir.
All right. Have a good night, guys, and see you next time.
Thank you.